Good morning. Thank you for joining me again for Kingdom Kids. Well, as you know, we're talking about the book of Joshua. And last time we discussed when Joshua received God's instructions. So after Joshua got the instructions to be the next leader of the Jewish people and lead them into the promised land, Joshua set about doing just that. And one of the first things they did was investigate the city of Jericho. Now, Jericho was a large city and it had a strong army, and they knew they had to get past that city to get where they needed to go. So the story we're talking about today is in the book of Joshua, but it's mostly about a woman named Rahab. Now, Rahab lived in the city of Jericho, and she did not have a very happy life in the city of Jericho. The people there thought she was a bad woman. And so she lived there and she did the best she could, and she tried to take care of her family. And so one day she sees these two men and she knows they are sent from God's army. And she says to them, I've heard the stories. I've heard the stories of the Jews leaving Egypt, and I've heard the stories of the parting of the Red Sea, and I've heard the stories of how your God protects you. And so I will help you if you can promise that your God will protect me too. And so the two men said to her, yes, if you can hide us and help us, then we will make sure that when our army comes through, you will be safe. And so Rahab did. So she hid the two men on her roof, and she told the soldiers that were in her city that these two men had already left. And then when the army came through, Rahab and her family stayed safe in their home. The army knew that this was not a house to go into. And so that's the story of Rahab. But our lesson for this today is, what must it take to go against your whole city like that? That must be pretty scary. And Rahab, she knew the love of God, and she knew that that's the God she wanted to follow. And so she had to go against this whole city. And so our lesson today is, how do we practice courage and bravery and doing the right thing, even when it might be a scary thing? So in the box below, there will be a couple of ways you can explore this at home, games you can play, activities you can do to help you talk about this, and I hope to see you all soon. Bye.